well, here's one for you.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favourite type of glass?
See, this is a bit of a thing with me at the minute. I, as you can see, have.
That's how I came on to it. I was looking at glasses. I was like,
I've pretty much one of every type of glass you could potentially get. The two favourites I have is the first one would be the Glencairn, just because to me it's a tasting glass, so it's one that you can sort of sit here. It's very sturdy. I don't know, it just fits in the hand. I like holding it. However, I had never come across the tour glass until it was just before Whiskey Social.
Yeah.
And I went down and I got speaking to David at Whiskey Social. Gentleman, loved the story behind the glass. I'm not going to give too much away, but there has been emails back and forth.
Yeah, I'm looking at trying to get some branded for my whiskey tasting, because they're the glasses I use in my whiskey tasting.
They're
very graciously given to me by Paul Kane.
That one I showed on.
But
so for anyone watching, this is the tour glass. I'm not going to speak about it too much because I said I might save that for another episode. But
yeah, of course.
I'm
looking to get some for my tastings. Very graciously, as you said, David, gentleman, he had brought me I think it's limited edition St. Patrick's Day one, the green one.
Oh, lovely.
So, I don't even know how he remembered I wanted it, but he showed up and was like, I have a wee gift for you. I was like, oh, great, thank you very much. I always graciously
gift, no problem.
And then down at Whiskey Live, Rosie, the founder, she came across with the matte black one.
So hot. Yeah, I was very jealous of that. It looked amazing.
It is such a glass, and it is my favourite type of glass to use. I don't mind a copper glass either.
Mm-hmm.
I do like a Glencairn, but my favourite is two glasses, and I actually at Whiskey Live bought a flight board for them.
They're cool.
Yeah, I just haven't got sitting down to do a 4 flight yet, and I didn't realise they had a 3 flight board. So I was just greedy and buying the 4 flight board, but I've actually lined up what I'm going to have on it for the first time. Is I'm sitting down and I have a couple of samples. One of the Middleton Very Rare 23, the 24, the 25, and the Berry Crocker Legacy.
So it's going to be a little. That sounds like a lovely tasting flight.
So I thought some night I sit down that, but on the flip side of that is I know my wife would be like, would you stop drinking expensive whiskies? Stop getting that taste for it.
The answer to that is just no. Unfortunately not. If you're in this world, you have to like 50 expensive whiskies.
Well, this is it. I sat down one night and I was having a Redbreast 21 and then I think it was Berry Crocker Legacy, and then I was having, I think it was Middleton Very Rare 23, which are all samples, by the way. I do not have all these bottles. And I sort of said to my wife, I need to go back to drinking normal sort of like
to your Bushmills day.
She was like, how much are these? And I sort of said, she was like, yeah, just have something standard. Because you're getting too expensive here.
I think that,
sounds familiar.
It does sound familiar. Literally we just landed home from France and there was a parcel at the door. And so if I pulled out like a bottle of this West Cork, Holly would look at me and sort of go, all right, that seems like a reasonable bottle to purchase. But quite recently, the bottles that I've been getting all come in boxes. And especially with the Copeland 25.1, like it came in a very fancy, nice box.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, it's really good. We tried the other night.
I thought it was the 25 year.
Yeah, that's because that's the first thing that hits you is 25, and I was like, it's not 25 year. Don't worry. It's 5 year. Don't worry. It's just all right, okay. But again, still. For the bottle, the price for that bottle was, I thought, for the display and everything, I thought was brilliant.
Yeah, it's at a decent price and decent. What? That's not the cask strength.
No, it's just the normal.
So much? If that is that?
It was 85, I think.
5. Okay, that's great. That's great. I would love to get the cask strength because I'm a sucker for a cask strength, but I probably will just pick up the normal one.
Yeah.
Well, probably see what's floating around, and I see it because
for I think Whiskey Week. There's maybe a 25.2.
There is going to be released, I think, on the first taste you'll get is on the distillery day for it, which I'm still trying to work out my schedule for because I think I've booked off the whole of Belfast Whiskey Week.
See, I was a wee bit too late to that party. Otherwise, I would have 100% booked it off and just went on.
I booked it this time last year off.
Yeah.
So I just, when I came around last year, I done a couple of events and had a good time. I've been obviously going a few years, and I was like, next year I would love a wee bit more freedom.
Mm-hmm.
So this year I think I'm free-ish to do Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, depending on if I'm needed with Glanzaradrum, if I do the Friday Expo, and then go from there.
Yeah. No, well, I said there's unfortunately like the Irish Whiskey Awards. We'll have to have that conversation because we're meant to be going to Billie Eilish that night.
That concert's cancelled due to lack of interest.
No, I'd say to get back to your question, this is one that I just find the Glencairn glass is just one that I find a bit of a staple, but that's because I didn't know about the tour glass until that point. And genuinely, I've become the only reason why we didn't use them tonight is because I don't have two that match. Because I've got one from Glanzaradrum, I've got one from Belfast Whiskey Social. I've got, I can't remember what the other ones are there, but there's
McConnell's.
Yeah, McConnell's. So there's a few that I have, but none of them match, and I like symmetry. So
I think the only two I have that match is the Whiskey Social.
Yeah. So I think it's in the works. I'm chatting with David. Seems to be a lovely guy.
Don't release anything too soon.
No.
Glasses are glasses.
Yeah. But I like
Two glasses are the glass, though. But
I like glasses that I can get my name on. So
yeah, well, see, this is it. I had an email back and forth with David a wee while ago. I need to get back in touch because I need to get some for my own tastings. Mm-hmm. But the problem there is people get a wee bit handsy at tastings.
Yeah.
And I can't blame anyone.
Yeah, they go walkies.
I have been that person. I probably still am that person if there's a nice glass out there. So I can't really complain. But when I started my tastings the first time with Paul, he gifted me a load. And I went from 90 odd glasses to event number 3 at about 60 glasses.
Oh, wow.
So averaging 10 glasses a go.
I sort of looked at it. I've had a few different thoughts, do it with like what David and I discussed originally was maybe like a merch line, because I have hoodies and stuff like that I do. To me, it's if you were doing a whiskey tasting, I was up at one with Stitch and Weave. Now I don't know if this is maybe built into the cost at that night or whatever it was, but David, who runs the Stitch and Weave, he allowed everyone to take a glass home with them. So there was an aspect of, because he made it very apparent, he was like, by the way, you can take a glass home. I think everyone who was there was like, we will only take one glass.
Yeah.
Whether it's built into the price and he's maybe orders them back or whatever it is, I don't know. But that to me, whenever he said that, I thought, you know what, that's very clever. Because in my head, I was like going, these glasses could go walkies very quickly.
Yeah.
Especially something that has a brand name on it, where you're looking going, that would look very well in my whiskey cabinet at home. Yeah.
Well, this is it. And I still remember the first night having my tasting. Paul brought the glasses, had all them glass. I was like, oh, great. You've sorted this out. Great, thanks very much. At the end of the night, he was leaving. And I said to him, what about your glass? He said, you're going to need them. You keep them.
Mm-hmm.
But just before he left, he went, everyone can take a glass. And then we went outside. I went, what about the rest of them? He went, no, they're your glasses now. You're going to need them for tastings. I walked straight in, went, everyone, they're my glasses. Put them the fuck down. You're not taking my glasses. Welcome, put them down.
Don't touch my glasses. They're mine. I need them. I'm going to plan to do many, many more tastings.
But yeah, so now it's got this stage where I'm having to switch it up, and instead of I used to like doing 5 glasses for people, now it's got like 1 glass and shot glasses.
Yeah, fair.
Trying to limit the damage.
Yeah,
because glasses aren't cheap.
No, they're not cheap.
You know, and I'm not just talking about 2 glasses. Any glasses aren't cheap. You know, it's in a way, unwanted expense, but necessary expense.
Yeah.
And they can dwindle very easily. And I can't really complain. I have been that person. I'm still that person. So if you're hosting the tasting with a glass,
watch me.
be prepared. I'm taking it. Well, I usually do ask first, but
I mean, I think that's how our whiskey. Well, no, do you know what? I'd be fair. We haven't really stolen any glasses. We've maybe 1 or 2, but I mean, the 2 McConnell's sort of rocks glasses that we have. Again, down at Whiskey Social, they were very kind to give me those. They'd done us old fashions, a very good old fashioned as well. McConnell's very, very good old fashioned. So they poured them in their rocks glass. We got to try them, and they said, "No, just don't take them home with you," which very, very nice. The same with the the Whiskey Social glass. You got that just for common and stuff like that. But there's 1 or 2 glasses in there that I'm not going to say where I got them from, because I like drinking in that place and I would like to be back at it. But there's something coming. Before we finish up, there was something, I can see a deck of cards there. And you sort of kind of briefed me before the episode, but you haven't given me too much information, so I'm intrigued to see what this is about.
Okay, well, I've come up with this sort of adapted idea.
Mm-hmm.
So just for a wee bit of fun talking point, gonna get a pack of dram deck cards. Obviously dram decks because bottles of whiskey on the cards. So let me see what we have here.
I've heard of these before. I'd never seen them before.
These ones are a couple of years old, so I do need to get new ones. But especially over at Belfast Whiskey Week coming up, I think it will be interesting to see. So we're going to give them a shuffle.
Okay.
Now, watching me shuffle is nice, especially I am no magician. I am no master poker player.
You'll not be at the Dragon Club poker night.
I could be there, but probably lose money. But
I'm trying to be there.
So, I'm going to get you to pick 3 cards.
Okay. Pick a card, any card. Right,
yep.
Okay. I'll go 1. I'm allowed to look at these, or play them face down first?
No. You can look at them.
Right, okay. I've got my 3 cards.
Okay, you got your 3 cards.
Yeah.
No, you can look at them.
I'll look at them.
No big deal.
Should I say what they are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right.
Show the camera if you can.
Okay, so we've got the Whistler, the Good, the Bad, and the Smoky. All right. We've got the Old Particular, which is Dumbarton 21-year-old 2000 vintage. Oh, that's going to be a tough one. And then we've got the Hinch Peated Single Malt, which, I'm not going to lie, is probably one of the whiskies that started getting me into peated whiskey. So
I'm still dipping my toe there.
I'm very cautiously dipping my toe into it. It was the same with the Titanic one as well. It was sort of, Damien said it very cleverly, which was he uses it as an ingredient. I like that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it wasn't overpowering, and I think it's the same with the Hinch stuff. But right, so I've got my 3 cards.
So pick 1 to drink. 1 to pour.
Right.
Down your kitchen sink.
Okay.
And 1 to keep.
Ooh.
So this is where it gets interesting.
See
where people are with different whiskies.
It's very interesting because there's 2 Irish and 1 Scotch. And I do have 1 or 2 Scotch whiskies, not a load. I love Irish whiskies. So I've 1 to drink, 1 to pour, and 1 to keep.
Yeah.
1 to drink, 1 to pour, 1 to keep. Okay, right. Thought this was going to be more difficult, but I have poured out a bottle of whiskey before.
Well,
and
I can't say I've ever
it was
anything like that.
it was a stag do. It was Burnsy's stag do. We were driving down the Galway, and I had bought him a bottle of Lefroy for his stag do.
Yeah,
Now,
see, I can probably see where you're going with this.
the thing with Lefroy is, I believe it belongs under the kitchen sink because that's where you keep bleach. But
That's what I keep getting told now. I do have a bottle. The aforementioned friend Kevin gifted me a bottle for my birthday. I think it was a couple of years back. The closest I've got is opening it and smelling it, and then quickly closing it and putting it back on the shelf.
yeah, needless to say, he was a bit. I can't remember what he said, but whatever he said, it just got me to the point where he was in a different car, and I wound down the window, opened the lovely brand new bottle of Lefroy. I'm so sorry, Lefroy, for this story, but for the brand new bottle of Lefroy that I got, and I poured it the entire way down the M50. So I'm very sorry, but I would say, based on that, the one that I want to try, that's just because I have never tried it, is the Whistler. I've seen it, and we were actually, when we were in Dublin, duty free, I was tempted to make that an episode, but only because I'd tried the Island or the Irishman before is the reason why I bought that one. I would keep the bottle of Hinch. Sorry, I've just hit the microphone. Holly's going to shout at me. I'll keep the bottle of Hinch just because I have tried it. It is one of the ones that it was an introductory into peated Irish whiskey for me. And unfortunately, even though it is the oldest bottle in the card, I would have to pour out the old particular. I know it's a 21-year-old and it's from 2000, and I'm sure I'd be pouring out the wrong one, given that it's with ABV, it's the strongest there, and it is cask strength. And as you can tell, I love cask strength.
Of course.
And I've never tried it, and it is a 21 year. I love Irish whiskey. And I think there's going to be so many people at me in the comments saying, you silly, silly Billy. But that's the way I'm going. Change my mind.
Exactly. Decision final.
Good. I like this. And given I'd say you're going to get very, very interesting results across whenever you play this game. And what else we got in there?
So, there's a lot. There's Dead Rabbit.
Again, another bottle we almost bought.
Irish Potchin. 2 Stacks First.
Love 2 Stacks.
Cologne Rum Blazing. Dunver's 3 Crowns. Copeland Merchants Quay.
Oh my word.
Wolfburn. Cotswolds Odyssey 2017.
Have you tried much English whiskey?
Bits and pieces. I think I have actually tried a Cotswolds.
See, again, I work in retail, and the company I work for, we have a few Irish or a few English wines, and nobody ever seems to want to buy them. I don't know why, because they've got such amazing reviews. So I'd be interested to try some English whiskey as well.
Well, I'm trying to think. Was it Cotswolds I tried? There was one I tried, and it was actually quite nice.
Yeah.
There's a load of the.
I'm gonna have to get myself a deck of these.
And
do you know what this is like? They're like top trump cards.
There's ones from France. Do you know? There's
tried a
Welsh whiskies. Do you know? Also Swedish. So there is a wide range here that will hopefully come up with some interesting results.
Absolutely. And I'd say even if you don't come up, even if there's a few there that you end up stumbling across that maybe people have never heard of, never come across, it's going to, probably, I know for me anyway, that's a dangerous deck of cards to buy, because to me that's a shopping list.
Yeah, well, that's very easily like that.
That looks really fancy.
Madeira finish. I actually just got given a wee sample pack with that in it.
Oh yeah.
So it'd be nice to actually open that and try it. There's a few different bits in here.
I like that. I'm interested to see what you come from. I would say you do that, like, be reels on Instagram and stuff across whiskey, because that'd be really interesting to see what people say.
See the results across the whiskey folk and see where people are at, because, as I say, we all have different journeys into whiskey, and we all will come with different views.
Some are right, some are wrong. All opinions are my own. Listen, Lee, thank you so much for coming down, especially on a Tuesday night. It's been fantastic getting to know you a bit more. And I'd say as everything sort of goes on, I'd say I'm going to probably run into you a lot more often these days.
Yeah, more.
Which is just fantastic because it was nice. You'd be the first person I've had on here as a guest of someone who I've met through just coming into this sort of whiskey world.
Yeah.
So it's been fantastic having you on as a first guest that way. Last question before we go. Cocktail of choice? Oh, okay. I'll
Whiskey cocktail?
yeah, I'll make it a wee bit easier. I'll just whiskey sour, old fashioned.
Whiskey sour.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have a terrible sweet tooth.
Okay.
Terrible sweet tooth. So sherry French whiskies. I could be sitting there drinking sherry French whiskey, Redbreast 12, eating a bar of chocolate. Like. I am not savoury really at all. I drink very sweet stuff, and I be eating chocolate and all, and I have a terrible sweet tooth.
I found that there. What was it? I know it was the Copeland with the chocolate malt that I ended up getting a bar of dairy milk out of the fridge. But quite often, if I'm sitting in the living room and I pour whiskey, nothing beats a wee bit of chocolate with it. It's so good.
I'm a terrible sweet tooth, so I'm always opting for chocolate over anything else. So you won't catch me sitting with a pint in bacon fries. It'll be like a pint in a dairy milk or a fucking pint in ice cream. It's
just sweet with sweet.
It is. It's just so sweet. I'm surprised I don't have diabetes. Like, I swear I have that much sweetness. I could be running chocolate blood. Like,
lovely. Well, listen, Lee, thanks very much.
No, thank you very much. I really appreciate having me on.
And we'll see you again soon. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.